Good afternoon, everyone. I'd like to welcome you to the Greenman's World. Today, I'm going to share one of my articles. It's the second one I've written so far. It's from the Scribe magazine. This is put out by Breaking Rules Publishing, run by Christopher Clausen Rule. This offers you a chance, if you want to dip your toe in the waters. You can submit poems. You can submit short stories. If you want to run an article, they have articles too. I'm trying to do this without losing my page like I did last time. So they have articles. So if you have a book that you want people to know about, place an article. If you have a business you want people to know about, place an article. Very, very LGBTQ friendly and run. So for those of you that are looking to stick with that area of, for those of us that are family, like, they want to get our foot in the door, Chris is there to help. Things that are put in here, you actually will be paid for. How much per word, I am not sure of yet. I've forgotten. But I'm going to read my article here, because a lot of authors out there don't realize is that there's a lot of things you need to do. A lot of things you need to do. And yes, if you have an agent, they take care of a number of things, but when it comes to social media and all these different sites, it's going to be up to you. So I'm going to read my article. You've written a book. Now what? And I hope you can glean as much information from this as you possibly can, okay? And so here it goes. When it comes to finishing that first book, many of us think that we have successfully finished the race and are ready to kick back and watch the money roll in. If only that was the case, people. I really wish it was. The truth is, you've only made it around that first bend. Now comes the real competition. Social media. This is where it'll make you or break you, besides writing a good book. You might have started the race in the lead, but once that book is finished, millions of other competitors have now joined in a marathon that will last for the remainder of your career, and they're all seeking the same thing you are. That golden ring to the stars of fame and fortune. Now, I don't have an agent, guys, at all. Except for myself to represent me. I don't have one. I'm also the epitome of the broke and starving artist. So to have a publicist to represent me is way beyond my financial capabilities right now. I'm broke as they come. If it wasn't for the food bank, I wouldn't be eating. So just know that you've got a lot of work ahead of you now. I assume that not having a publicist is the case for many of us struggling authors. So I say this very strongly. Don't take your social media responsibilities lightly. This is up to you. This is your ball game. I cannot stress this important avenue of free publicity more. This is a must if you wish for any chance of success. You've got to do this. The main objective every author must do is to claim your Google page. You've got to claim that knowledge panel. You've got to, when you pull up your Google, off to your right will be a little image. Click that. That will take you to everything about you. And once you clock in, you can be in control of who sees what. You can control what they're seeing. And at this point, you'll be able to link in everything you need to. We'll get into that here in just a second. So claim that Google page, and you need to claim that knowledge panel. Okay? This monumental task is going to take patience and perseverance. The reason I personally say this is because you are going to need to expose yourself to social media and the public. If you do not like people in your business, you might as well stop right now and quit being a writer. Don't be an author, because especially if your book takes off, everybody's going to be in your business. So if you were an introvert, you are now going to be an extrovert. Also, when you're trying to claim your knowledge panel, this is where you can put all your books. This is where when they Google your name, it's one of the first things that pops up about you. You're going to need proof. You're going to have to prove to them who you are. Not only will you need a picture of yourself holding your personal ID, but they also require links to your social media pages. So just to claim it, you have to have social media pages before you can even claim your Google Knowledge Panel. You've got to show them you are who you say you are, and they want to see it, okay? When dealing with this aspect, be sure to take your time, because just one mistake, you don't get it correctly right the way they ask, and you will be denied. They're going to move on. Personally, it took me 3 to 5 tries and about a month waiting on their response before I finally got it right. Because this wasn't right. They couldn't see the picture. Too far, too close. It was always something. I'm telling you, they want perfection if you're going to claim that Google Knowledge Panel. And I'm grateful for that, because I don't want anybody claiming my Google Knowledge Panel but me. I don't want anything on it but that what I put on it. So take this serious, because if you want people to find you and your books, you've got to get that page. You've got to get that knowledge panel going. So absolutely make time to keep up with this important aspect of your career. Okay, very important. Once I claimed my Google Knowledge Panel, the next thing to do was update my Google profile with all the information about myself. You will have full control over making sure which parts of that personal and private information gets shared with the public. This is all up to you, okay? They can't just do it if you say no. If you say no, I don't want people to see this, my history, different things like that, then once you set that, it's set. But if you don't set that, and you've never set that, even if you're not a writer or an author and you're just your average Joe, they've got that on you. You've got to go in there and set your stuff. Because if you don't, your information is going to be shared and sold, because you never said no. You've got to go in there. So I have to pull up Google, look in the little right top corner. You'll see a little round picture of yourself or a little round picture of Google. Click that, follow that link, and get in there and take care of this, okay? By doing this, this is where you need to attach every social media link. All mine is attached there. So when you Google me, all my links show up. So instantaneously, instead of having just author E.A. Green, the Greenman, and a picture, now my LinkedIn shows up, my LinkedIn, my Twitter, my Instagram, all of this pops up. Everything I post on there will pop up. So this gives people more knowledge about me, and hopefully they'll get to know me and want to know me better and read my books. Okay? So by doing your social media linking to it, family, friends, and fans, when they search for you, they will be given access to you, your books, sellers, and that part of your life you're willing to share with those interested in you and your literary accomplishments. Excuse me. Here are a few social sites that I highly recommend that you immediately take advantage of. Your Google profile and knowledge panel, okay? But you got to have at least 2 social media sites set up to get that, okay? But this is priority. Amazon and Goodread profiles are a must too, and they are automatically attached to everything you post on Goodreads. So anything anything on Goodreads, anything on Amazon, all this is connected instantly because you just took care of that, including my blog. And it will be immediately posted on Amazon. So anything I do on Goodreads, where one of my blogs is at, anything I put up there, any videos, instantaneously it's attached to Amazon and it shows up. So one connection because I connected everything on my Google profile, okay? the internet and any sites that can be accessed from Goodreads. So you can connect. These include Facebook and Twitter, and 2 other social media outlets that are of great importance also. Personally, I have a profile at all of these and a few other media sites too. WordPress is a new one. I don't have that one in here. But I use All Author, LinkedIn, Instagram, and Tumblr. And I also take full advantage of these because they get you out there. You know, you got to be an extrovert, no more introvert. I've even begun to make videos and I post them on a YouTube channel. So I have a YouTube channel where I read from my books, I make trailers for my books. And so anything that kind of gives you an insight into more of a personal of my life and who I am, what I look like, woo, scary and all that. But you got to do these things. You just have to if you're going to be a serious author. Okay, because if you put that book out there, it's just out there. Nobody knows. So you got to shout it from the rooftops and shout it from the mountaintops and let the kingdoms know, I have a book. You know, like, I have a book. Flesh Eaters, my 3rd one. See? So do these things. I highly recommend it. Here's another couple I haven't shared. I shared from my bed books, but not my novels. Father May I, based in Albuquerque, New Mexico, Santa Fe, Taos, Espanola. So if you're from that area, you will recognize a ton of the area and landmarks that I write about here. The Flesh Eaters is based in Colorado Springs. You will recognize this book. If you are from there, you will recognize the bus system that's talked about. You will recognize the streets. Patterson's Air Force Base, the Academy. So I'm trying to make some of these, places people know to help them, maybe draw them in to read. My last one, this is my very first novel, Year of the Cicada. Graphic, no children, adults only. So love it, love it, love it. Many of my friends that have already read this, the compliments have been great. And I'm thankful because these friends are the ones that would be like, Ed, no. But thankfully I have such good friends that they'll be that honest and they love it. And their daughters love it. And one of his older daughter, let me rephrase that. So anyway, but without all my social media, you wouldn't know about these. Okay, so you've got to do this. Now that you've put your physical personification, okay, sorry. Doing that was a biggie for me, putting myself out there, because I have actual issues with my personal appearance. I was one of those kids who was bullied and set apart from all the others due to my weight and my weirdness. So, yeah, in school, here comes Ed, we'll go that way. Here comes Ed, we'll go that way. Having a party? Yeah, Ed didn't know about it. So, that was those days. Once you get out of school, that will change. But that kind of depends on you and how you treat people at that, too. Now, but if you want success, that part of being a much sought-after writer is a must and a have to these days. What's going to happen now that you've accomplished this daunting task? When someone searches out your name, because you've done all this with your Google page, your profile, your social media, when they search out, instead of hoping that you somehow show up, they will now be presented with 5, 10, or more options to find you in your literary works. So next thing you know, they've just got a ton of stuff on you. Okay? Now, there's also your blog at Goodreads and a WordPress. A must-do becomes immensely important. This is not only where you share and publicize yourself and your books, but this is where it is of utmost importance to attach every link that is associated with your book sales. Their cover pictures, your picture, and your social media pages. So when you do your blog, make sure that you attach all your links in that blog. Your link to all your social media pages, your links to your books after you've said what you need to say. And once you submit it, that blog will go on Goodreads. That blog will go straight to Amazon. And that blog will go on the internet. surprisingly, so if somebody sees, my nose is itching, sorry guys. If somebody sees that blog, oh, wow, check that out. He's talking about his book. Next thing you know, they're going to see a picture of you. They'll see a picture of the book. And these are all the places I can get to find the book. And these are all the places I can get to know this author more on a personal level. Okay, so you've got to do this. This is really important, okay? Otherwise, you're just going to be this mist floating around that once in a while somebody will get lucky and be like, oh, there's something about this person. Otherwise, you're just going to get lost. So do this. It is up to you to flood the internet with every last drop of your blood, sweat, and tears associated with your books, yourself, companies that are associated with, that you're associated with, that have dealing with your books, seller locations, literary articles, and magazines presenting them, any and all interviews, book signings, and public appearances. I can't call up the Denver newspaper and say, here's $150, $175, $200. Please put an ad out. I can't do that. But I can do that same thing, like what I just said, here on social media, and all it costs me is my time. Okay? Now, some of these places have offers. You pay this, you pay that, and we'll help you get you out there. But so far, to be honest with you, I'm listening to people when they talk about paying so much for Amazon to get their book out there more ahead of the line. Those that have done it through Facebook, and no one's happy. It's like you're just throwing your money out there. And on my own, when I post, it says I can reach 200, 300, 400 people. That's on my own, free. But they, for $10 for, I think, a day, $10, yeah, $10 a day, they'll add 5 more people. Well, if I set up my computer 5 minutes, I can add 100. So, nothing against them, but a lot of the authors that I've talked with, they're just a waste of money. So you're going to have to put in the footwork. That's all there is. Now, I've been told that an agent would take care of these things for me. But not only am I an on-hands kind of person, but I don't have the spare time to follow behind someone else, constantly having to audit and make sure that they are actually interested in investing in me more than I already am. Because you're going to learn really quick if you are paying attention. There are thousands out there that want your money. They'll take your money, and then you'll never see or hear from them again. Okay? So you've got to be careful. The literary arena is bloody. People are out there, and they do not care. You're going to have those that are willing to help you. You might even find a few that'll hold your hand. But most of them want what's in your hand. They want your money. They want your book. Then you're going to come across people that want you to write it for them. Write me a book. Okay, then what? Well, thank you. See you later. I have a cousin who's famous. Her name is Alaska Angelina. A Dark. It's because of her I'm in this arena now. Love you, cuz. But she even had somebody steal her ideas because she was sharing with someone that wasn't a close friend, but through the internet, friends. And the gal took her book, took her idea, stole it, wrote it herself, and there went that. So be careful. Now, when it comes to, let's see here, I've already forgotten myself. When it comes to having an agent do all this for you, okay? If you want to take that route for yourself, you have more than my support. You really do. From what I understand, agents don't charge you until you start making money, and then they'll make money. But I don't know. I know people with agents for years that aren't making money. I have no agent. I've been doing this for a year. I'm just starting to make money. So currently, I've been on the literary chessboard for just over a year now. So I have celebrated my 1-year anniversary. My book, Year of the Cicada, celebrated January the 8th. It's 1-year anniversary. So we're out there. So this is your walk, and no one knows more about what you need than you, okay? Not everybody's going to listen to you, especially sometimes an agent will not listen to you. They think they know what's good for you. And yes, if they've got the experience, they do, but in the end, only you know what's good for you, okay? So, since I've been on the chessboard for 1 year now, okay, my efforts are starting to show fruit and pound in a big way. They actually are. I had my first live interview with Chat and Spin in the United Kingdom. That was awesome. Their audience has a possibility listener of like 500,000. That's a lot of people that could possibly hear me. And it was free. And it took 8 minutes of my time. No agent required. You just got to look and listen. Okay? Plus, Author's Voice Gazette did a featured interview on me, commentary on me. And I've got a couple more I wish I could remember. I think one was Grug, I think, but I'll have to look it up. But so far, I've got to do 3. So I've got 3 interviews about me, free, floating around out there that I didn't have to pay for. I've got a radio interview with me, free. I did not have to pay for. So you just got to put in the legwork, people, okay? Now, here I said, hopefully, if you're reading this piece, this will be my 3rd article that is also giving me the opportunity to introduce myself and my writing perspectives to other writers and future fans. Free. I wrote this is my 3rd article. I wrote it. I sent it in to Breaking Rules Publishing, to their magazines, and I was picked. So here I am again, once again, acting as my own agent. And here's a great accomplishment. I'm in the literary arena. I'm in the literary world. My words are out there. I'm just having to put in the time and the effort. Now, a successful writing career requires an author to take full advantage of all opportunities that help expose them to the public. So, I say this strongly. Push down those doubts and fears and realize that you've already waded into the water. It's the deep end of the pool that you must accomplish and master now, okay? Accepting, dealing with, and overcoming public opinion will be some of the next hurdles you will need to leap. And I'm going to tell you right now, there are some rude, hurtful, spiteful people out there. So you're going to have to guard your heart. You really do, okay? Now that you have your social media profiles up and running, they must not only be maintained and updated so that you can seem fresh and interesting, but you must also reach out and socialize with your audience. Okay? But yeah, you can't just throw these things out there and leave them. As I go on to say, this gladiator arena can make or break a person and their hard work literally overnight. You have got to watch what you say and put out there. You really do. One offhand remark, just one, to a nasty response, which you're going to get them. People are going to be really nasty and rude to you. But one offhand remark, and might not go over so well as it sounded in your head. It might have sounded great here. But we all know how people react to things these days. We're watching it daily. So, think long and hard about what you might or might not say if you do feel the need to respond. I'm telling you, you might type it out, but read it first to yourself and then read it again, and then seriously read it again before you hit the send button. Thankfully, a lot of these social media places like Instagram, Twitter, Facebook will let you delete it. But did you delete it in time? Okay, because that's it. They've got it there. If somebody copies it or sees it, you're done. Okay? I'm all for constructive criticism. Okay? But if you're just one of those nasty personifications whose only mission is to troll the internet because you feel the need to seek out and destroy, an author always has access to that wonderful block button that most sites have. To keep oneself out of an unnecessary altercation, I highly recommend using this tool. Okay? I find that being over political on your media that is associated with what you are using to promote your hopeful, successful career can be more than just a rusty nail in your coffin, too. It can also be the death blow to any and all possibilities of you ever standing a chance at reaching for those shining stars. You got to be careful what you're saying, people. You really do. We've seen it more than once, okay? And for God's sakes, please hear me on this. Unless it's associated with your literary works, because this one has strong sexual content, strong language, adult situations, taboo subject matter. You're going to see me maybe talk about what's in it because it's associated with it. But I say this strongly. I do not feel that it's necessary to expose the public and your younger followers, if you have them, to those sexual aspects of your personal and private life. Keep certain things behind the bedroom door. They do not need to be put out here for everybody to know that, oh, I like it this way, or I like it that way, or I like to do this with that person, and we don't put it on your social media that is associated anywhere with you that involves your career as an author. Yeah, you're going to find those ones that are out there, and it turns me on. Trust me, I've had some, because of what I've talked about in this one, have come up to me thinking, I'm looking to sell my book. I'm not looking to hook up. And that drives me crazy more than anything. So please, your kinks, sexual desires, and family squabbles do not need to be publicly shared on social media. We all know that such antics can and has literally destroyed families, careers, fame, and fortune. Don't. If it's about your books, it's about sharing. Yes, you got to share parts of your life, personal parts. But your family squabbles? No. No. Stop it. Okay? People, at that point, there's no telling what's going to happen. Rumors fly, people. And all it takes is one little drop of blood in the water. So don't. Sexual stuff, kinks, desires, family squabbles. No, it's not the place. Okay? And if that kind of an itch is scratchy to be announced, can I suggest writing a book instead? Put in a book. Just no names. Okay? Myself personally, think that such drama would be better received as an awesome story than it would have been presented as a personal aspect into someone's unchecked character. Private matters such as that should never be shared with the public in the first place. Okay? People have been known to react and condemn others, myself included at times, I'm just as guilty, before all the facts and figures have come out. But that is my personal perspective, and please don't read more into it than what it actually is. I just shared an opinion, people. I am not trying to control your life. I'm not trying to tell you what to do, but for some reason that seems to be how we take everything these days. That's how wars start. That's how people get killed. That's how genocide begins. Stop it. Let them have their opinion. But you don't have to add gas to the fire, okay? So, can't we all just take a break, take a breath, calm down, okay? Now, as I continue to walk this unfamiliar path of biographical marksmanship, a trek that is loaded with many traps and pitfalls, so be ready. My social media pages have also introduced me to many wonderful and supportive people too. Maybe after you've laid the foundation for your future, get that foundation laid, there will come a day that our paths may cross. And I'll get to revel in your success and delight in the great possibilities that now lay before you. I can't wait. I look forward to it. I look forward to it. Golly, itchy. Sinuses. I look forward to your success, okay? So until that day, believe in yourself. Take one step at a time. Stay focused. Finish what you start, because a writer and author are two different things. Okay? A writer is writing, an author's published. He's got his work out there. And the only reason he was able to do that was because he or she finished it. Okay? And always write. You've got to. That's how you grow. Okay? Now, if you're interested in any of my literary works, there are many to choose from, and all can be found. You can find them all at Breaking Rose Publishing, Amazon, and any of my social media pages will link you to them. So, if you want to look for me, got YouTube, you just watched here. I mentioned WordPress, Facebook, Instagram, all authors, Twitter, LinkedIn, Tumblr, and like I said, Amazon and YouTube. You've got to do this. I mean, you might be an introvert, but if you want to be a successful author, you're going to have to flip into at least 50-50. You're going to have to be an introvert and an extrovert. So, anyway, that's my article, free, that I took advantage of. That's got me out there so more people can read how I write, so they might be interested in my works. I wish you good luck. I hope my advice helped. And down the road, reach out to me as you grow, and we'll see how things go. And who knows, we might run across each other at a big book fair, or someday, we might be sitting up there right along with Stephen King answering questions. We can always believe and hope. Okay. Love you guys. I'm E.A. Green, the Green Man.